Good morning, world. So, with the Wu flu still going on and rampaging through the world, a lot of kids are not going to be going back to school, so they're missing out on some very important life lessons that they're only going to get in the kindergarten classroom, like what's up your teacher's skirt. So, I picked up this book. It's called How to Master the School Universe, Homework, Teachers, and Other Ways to Survive the Classroom. After this, you're going to be the Bear Grylls of third grade. So, it even comes with a personal digital assistant. That's digital. That means it's with the times, right? So let's see. I actually have no idea what's in this thing. Oh, it's my PDA, my public displays of affection. I love it so much. But what's in here? It's digital. It's from Scholastic, so you know it's good. You know it's a good use of government resources to spend tens of millions of dollars on contracts with Scholastic every year. Oh, it's looks like one of those things that we're going to be communicating with all those aliens or the Chinese or any sort of, I don't know. I was just thinking of Section 8 and the bug people, but. And does it work? Comes with a stylus. They shouldn't do that. Kids are going to think there's a DS. Archaeologists are going to find it. They're going to think it's a DS. Operation Personal Organizer. So now it's Personal Organizer. It's like a Pokédex. Let's put that aside now. It comes with a little blankie. That's a backpack. Oh, cool. How to Survive Anything Club. I bet you this is what Bear Grylls and that guy who eats like porcupine liver and he's barefoot and he runs around, the hippie guy, they probably were part of this club. And now you can be too. So I can walk around this downtown with my How to Survive Anything Club thing. People will know I'm a real tough guy. They won't fuck with me because I got a satchel. How to survive this book. They start off rough, no survivors here, even though they want you to survive. There's no survivors. Pop quiz, what's your student style? And before the bell rings, school days, surviving life in the classroom. Let's just get into this type of stuff. They're going to be talking about social studies, friends, foes, and after school stuff. Reads like Machiavelli. What do you want to be when you grow up? A rocket scientist, veterinarian, writer, artist, spy, marine biologist, architect, photographer, banker, physician. Whatever it is you dream of becoming, the school is your ticket of getting there. Notice they leave a lot of stuff out of there, like survival thing. They put writer in there. Come on. If you're a writer, you didn't have to go to school. You can wipe your ass with that English major degree you have and that master's in communications. So you can already kind of just skip this book and just start writing. Let's see. And since you have to go to school, actually you don't have to go to school in some states after a certain age. Also, if you work on a farm or whatever, you can also get your driver's license early so you can ride that tractor. Press all those crunchy girls. How to Survive, Presenting the Perfect Paper, Cool Research Ideas, Student Style. So this was written in 2004, so I bet you their entire style guide is wearing Gap, and if you're upper middle class, Abercrombie and Fitch. And if you're black, or me growing up, your parents always got you Eco Unlimited. So let's see. 10 great things about school. Number 2, snow days, when you don't have to go to school. Recess, when you're not in the classroom. Field trips, when you're not in school. And 10, summer vacation, when you're not in school. So like half the list is things that has nothing to do with even being in school. Not so great things about school. Homework, writing papers, reading assignments, cheaters. I don't know, I was a cheater. I'm still a cheater. But feeling stupid because you don't get it. Yeah, you're never going to get it in school. Here's how you get it. You wander off to a foreign country, you do crazy stuff, you break the law, you sleep with a few women, you go on a few benders, and then you wake up in the morning and you wander off into the forest and you get lost. You get lost for 2 days, and you go on like a spirit trip, and you see the ravens in the tree, and the ravens look down on you, and they tell you your destiny. So I'm just saying, like, that's kind of like a side note, but you're not going to get that from school. When you don't get the part in the play. I was Lewis and Clark. Okay, what's your student style? It's a series of 10 questions. And you get to see if you're a super student, a satisfactory student, or an SOS Save Our student. Okay, so your teacher assigns a big history report that's due in 3 weeks. With so much time, you figure you can wait a week or two before starting and still have plenty of time to get it done right. A, yep, that's me. B, sometimes that's me. C, I wouldn't do that. It's going to be like Blue's Clues. I'm going to let you think of what your answer would be for this. A, B, or C. I'm going to be A. When working on your history report, you figure you can save time with a one-stop shop and get all your info out of the encyclopedia. A, yep, that's me. Actually, I used to get detention all the time for some reason in elementary school, and they would make us read, and that was the punishment, and I would just read from the encyclopedia. So I spent years in detention reading encyclopedias. True story. 3, when taking a test, you decide it's a waste of time to do a quick review to see what's ahead. Instead, you start at the beginning, work problem by problem. I wouldn't do that. During the test, you get stuck on the essay question. Even though it's taking much more time than you'd expected, you know you'd be better at multiple choice questions, so you stick with it. Yeah, that's me, because you choose Christmas tree, or you just select C. Your favorite movie is on TV, but you still have a lot of reading to do. You decide to compromise and do your reading, but have the TV on the background. Yeah, that's me. TV was a luxury, because I didn't have cable. So I would like it when like the Bruce Lee type stuff came on from the 70s in the background. Or King of the Hill. You sit down to do your reading and realize that your highlighter is dried up. I didn't have a highlighter, so I wouldn't do that. Your best friend is begging on you to let them cheat off you during the spelling test. Yeah, you need a system. One hand washes the other. Why don't people get this? You know, I cheat off them, they cheat. Kids these days. Even though you're on the soccer team and you play in the jazz band because you want to disappoint your mother, and take trumpet lessons after school. Wow, you really disappoint your mother. And when you go to middle school or high school, you're going to be playing the flute. You decide to try out for the school play, too. If you can't get your homework done before bed, you can always do it in the bus in the morning. Usually I would say that, but I only went to 2 schools that gave us a bus, and that bus was like gladiator school. It was some crazy stuff. There were some kids in the back who I don't think were kids. I think they were like 19 or 20 years old. This one guy, his name was actually like dead serious Jamal. I think he was 22. And it was like a roller coaster on that bus. I couldn't do any homework on that. When you get a test or assignment back with a not-so-great grade, you throw it in your book bag without a second thought. Yeah, that's me, you know. Live and let live. Okay, your teacher is showing the class a math problem on the board. It seems everyone in the class gets it, but you. I already got it, though, because I went into the forest and the raven talked to me. So basically, based off this, give yourself 2 points for every C you circled and 1 point for every B. Give yourself 0 points for every A. So, yeah, I'm a savior student, so I guess I need to read on for super strategies. Talks about space places, quiet, good lighting, and a flat surface, and a straight-backed chair. We didn't have any of those in school, because if you know anything about how our educational logistical system works, all our chairs are made by prisoners, probably out somewhere in like Arkansas or Oklahoma, so they're curved and they're connected to the desks. If you had these things that they described, you were probably homeschooled or you went to a nice charter school or private school. Trash it. De-junking will help you unclutter your brain. I had a big problem with this because I would hide sandwiches that my parents gave me that I didn't want to eat for lunch. I'd keep them in my backpack. In Florida, you would have the humidity gather up, and I would have these bags of green mold, just 5, 6 bags in my backpack any given time, and at the end of the year, I'd get rid of them. But I have to give Ziploc some credit because you couldn't smell Ziploc bags. Also, the janitors would always get on my case because there'd be like stuff coming out of my locker. And one of my friends, he left a bunch of apple juice containers in the back of his locker when we were in 8th grade, and it did turn slightly alcoholic. It was also probably dangerous to drink for other reasons. Are you a pack rat or a neat freak? Store it. What do you need for school? You need paper. You need pencils and erasers, pens, markers, pencil sharpeners, assignment books, folders, notebooks, binders, dictionaries, sticky notes, staplers, and staples. Actually, I've been to schools where they wouldn't let you have that because they were afraid of kids stapling each other. Let's see, tape, scissors. We could only have blunt scissors, like very blunt ones, and they wouldn't let us have the cool, crazy serrated ones for making the edges. Once again, kids would attack each other. Rulers, computer, and your PDA. So show up to school with your public displays of affection kids. It's tolerant. It's very progressive. Let's see. And then they keep on talking about getting organized. And I actually almost failed a few classes where I would have basically straight A's in all the assignments and the tests, but 50% of your grade or 25% of your grade would be a binder check. and I just want to do that, and they give me a 0 on that. So the lesson to take from that, kids, is that some people are bureaucratic assholes, and you should never cave into them. Get a good night's sleep. So that's interesting, because a lot of kids want to sleep in later. I had to go to some schools where you had to be there at 6:30 or 7, and then other schools at 9, so it's all over the place. It probably really just depends on when the teachers want to get up, or the superintendents, and it's all about them. It's not about the kids. So you scoop it up. What you should be eating. Oh, they got some like vegan recipes in here. 1 cup of all these ingredients together and shake it up. Mix nuts like almonds for those rich kids. Pecans for those 1%ers. Raisins or dried cranberries. Yogurt-covered raisins or nuts. Granola, oat, or rice cereal, and shredded coconut. So if we heard this recipe today, it would sound the same. The only addition is they'd be like, yeah, put in 2 cups of soy and shoot 3 shots of estrogen up your ass. Okay, PB&J Waffle Witch. Toast 2 frozen waffles and spread with peanut butter and jelly. Put them together to make a sandwich. Okay, pizza bagels. Oh yeah, I like that. That's a very fusional culture right there. Okay, let's see. 10 ways to do better in class without even cracking a book. Cheat. Just cheat. You don't need to read the book, you just cheat. Or if you're a girl, just get guys around you to do your homework. That's really easy. I've always wondered at what age women realize they can do that. I started picking up on it in like 3rd grade when I'm like, wow, these girls, they just get, guys do their homework for them. It's easy coasting life. But if you haven't gotten it by 9th grade, and you're a girl, you're probably ugly or very stupid. One of the 2, hopefully not both. That's a double whammy. Another quiz, you don't need these things. It's talking about like if you're a seeing, a hearing, or a doing person. I can tell you if you're a hearing person, you're probably just retarded, unless you're going to music school. In which case, you're not retarded, you're just an idiot savant. Let's see, body language. What sort of body language? So what they should be teaching kids, they're saying like, oh yeah, don't cross your legs, don't look relaxed, don't look cool, be attentive. What they should be telling them to do power poses. Do power poses in the middle of the classroom. Stand up on your desk and go, rah! Do a power pose. And it will boost your testosterone, and you'll be more competitive, and I'm sure your GPA will go up a little bit. Shake it up. Are you starting to nod off in class? And do the Cupid shuffle. Let's see. Picture it. Participate. Bloopers. Sometimes my teacher calls on me, even when I'm not raising my hand. If I get the answer wrong, the whole class laughs. So the teacher's doing this for one of 2 reasons. Either they're the asshole, or you're the asshole. And if you're the asshole, it's good. It means that's amazing. Okay, because either this teacher's an asshole and just like wants to like bully kids, and that's why they sought a position of authority. That's why they're doing this in the first place. But if you're the kid who is such an asshole that you're getting the teacher to try and like socially shame you, that's crazy. Your power level is just exceedingly high if you are an 8-year-old who is making a teacher feel like they have to make an example out of you. That's crazy. Teaches you how to do cursive. Actually, I tutored some kids, and I feel like the last few years of kids going to school, they didn't have to learn cursive at all. Not that cursive is really useful, because we should be destroying all forms of art in society, and we should be going away from romantic and art and things that are actually beautiful, and we should definitely be going towards modern art and just putting up like a huge metal rod and just be beating it with baseball bats and saying that's art. So yeah, we don't need cursive, just block writing all day, every day. And Common Core, that's good too. Let's see. The key to putting together a winning group project, teamwork. Don't do group projects because they will prepare you for failure and disappointment, sadness in life. You can only rely on yourself. Kill all those that get in your way. So put it together. Peak sheet. Peak sheet. So they tell you to not cheat, but they tell you to get a peak sheet. That's life too. Rehearse. Trouble in the classroom. It's not always going to be smooth sailing. Yikes. Yikes. They were ahead of the curve. Or behind the curve and still watching Scooby-Doo in 2004. From teacher troubles to tutors to cheaters and teasers. The seas will get stormy. And wet. Nice and wet. Getting wet in the classroom. Don't panic. My teacher picks on front of me and everyone. I had 1 or 2 teachers that did that, but once again, I think it was because I was being an asshole to the teacher. That was a lot of fun. Assigns too much homework. Yeah, had that. Who needs to read this book to know how to survive the classroom? This should all be coming to you naturally. Is this maybe for like autists or something? Who to study with? Study groups. Like I said, don't do that. It's going to prepare you for failure in life. Oh, now they don't even call it a peak sheet. Now they call it a cheat sheet. You should make cheat sheets for your tests. But don't cheat, but have a cheat sheet that we used to call a peak sheet. TikTok time's almost up. How fitting for today. If anyone's been following the news with TikTok, time is almost up, unless Microsoft buys them out. And when you get your test back, then make careless errors. Probably. Cliques and peer pressure. Probably the most important thing to learn in school. Okay, what did they say here? There's nothing wrong with having a group of friends to hang out with. Actually, there is. You need a gang to roll with. You don't need a group of friends. And the sooner you realize that, that's better. You need a gang. You need to roll with some homies. If you're white, you need to roll with some, I guess you wouldn't call it homies. You'd call it something else. They ride motorcycles and that type of stuff. But none of the popular kids in my school want to try it for the talent show. I want to, but I'm afraid if I do, they'll think I'm a loser and I won't be popular anymore. It probably means they're talentless, hacks, which most of them are. It's interesting, a lot of popular kids, after 18, they still command positions of power and authority. Like they might be the manager at the car sales lot, which can earn a lot of money. The manager at the Hooters, a lot of money, and he runs the casting couch. But a lot of them really, they get out of shape and they're not what they once were. It's interesting. It's like seeing a reunion from like Baywatch sometimes. My friends and I have a special table in the classroom that we eat at every day. When the new boy asked if he could sit with us, everyone said no, so he sat alone. I wanted to join him, but I knew my friends would make fun of me. Now, they have a little girl next to this picture, so we know she really likes the new guy. He's invading their space. It's some sort of like ancestral tingling that she's getting about, the dangerous boy from the tribe next over. There's a girl in my class who my friends tease. It makes me feel bad, but I go along with the gossip because I don't want them to pick on me instead. My friends think it's cool to steal candy from the store down the street. I don't like doing it, but they said if I didn't, I couldn't hang out with anymore. Yeah, because you got to roll with the gang. You ride with your boys. You die with your boys. Be a leader and not a follower. But do everything teacher says. So be a leader, but be a leader for your teacher. Be kind of like a team supervisor. And dealing with bullies. Oh, this should be interesting. Act brave and ignore the bully. Oh, no. Not going to work. I'm going to tell you right now, kids. Stand up for yourself and say, please stop, and walk away. Agree with the bully's insults. This can actually work sometimes. That's the only bit of advice that can sometimes. It's not the optimal solution. I want to see if they even tell you the optimal solution. And tell an adult, oh, be a snitch. Be a snitch. It's kind of like prison, where if you snitch out the bully, like they're going to move them maybe to a different classroom, move you to a different classroom, but everyone's going to know. Everyone's going to know. Okay, they're going to know who you are. They're going to know you're weak. Okay, and you're going to be prey for bullies in the next fish pool you land in. So yeah, but what they don't have is just sock him on the chin. What they don't have is corner him, take out his knees with some sort of bat that's laying around or something like that. What they don't have is follow him home, make him think that you're totally crazy. Maybe you are, but this stuff really works. But actually agreeing with bully's insults, it's really weird because it's true. Sometimes a bully just can't get off. They can't get off on that. If this person is totally fine with it because there's no resistance. And resistance, the fight is half the battle. That's whatever the saying is. I don't know. Survival tips. Help. A girl in my class started a rumor about me. Now everyone laughs at me when I walk down the hall. My recommendation to you would to be make her jealous and wear short skirts and look hotter than her, look real sexy. Of course, I would only tell that to someone over 18. School's out, and they're telling you to still be thinking about school. I don't know. When school was out, I tried to not think about school because it was depressing. I didn't want to go back the next day, except for gym. Gym was a lot of fun. Gym class. Research, information. I love how this book was written in 2004, where the internet was already in full swing. And they've only had one small paragraph about the internet, typing your subject into a search engine and seeing what pops up. These are the type of people who recommended you to use Ask Jeeves. These are the teachers telling you to go and Ask Jeeves when in 2003 and 2004, every kid who had like an IQ over 70 knew that you should be using Google. Organize your ideas, write introductory paragraphs, presentations. Yeah, this book is a great example of why you should go to school. Because once you go to school, you can learn everything in life to become a writer, so you can write a masterpiece like this. Totally a New York bestseller right here. And I'm sure that all their years of hard work and sacrificing their childhood and going to school, totally not like a schmuck, for 6 to 8 hours a day, not pursuing the things they really wanted to do in life, then sitting down and doing 2 to 3 hours of homework and studying for all those AP tests and worrying about their SATs and their ACTs and even their presats. And then worrying about what college you're going to get into. And then studying through all that type of stuff so they can get their English degree and then a master's of communications so they can sit down and write this great masterpiece. That's life.